Hey, wood finishers. Today I want to talk about making your own finishes, and more specifically the wipe-on polyurethane varnish mix. Before I get into it, I want to say a special hello to a special subscriber to the channel, Petra, and her husband Pat. Thanks for watching, everyone. Okay, great. So there are finishes on the market that combine a little bit of these ingredients. So we have solvent here, we have our boiled linseed oil or tung oil, some type of a penetrating oil finish. Then the last one is some type of a polyurethane. So that recipe is not terribly complicated, and it's a one part, so 3 different ingredients, equal proportions of each, and then you get a really lovely wipe-on finish. So each one of these things serves a purpose. So with a penetrating oil, it's not going to be as durable. So wipe this thing on, really easy to do, but you can't really build up that finish to a higher sheen or scratch resistance in the same way that you can with some type of a varnish. Polyurethane is also a varnish. So by mixing the 2 of these things, you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get ease of application here. This now becomes wipeable, which it wouldn't be on its own. Mixing some of the boiled linseed oil or penetrating oil with the durability of polyurethane, great. Problem with doing just those 2 is that it's a little bit thick and goopy, and it can't really be applied easily. So enter the conversation about a solvent here. So mineral spirits is the right choice for this application. So that's great. So those things here, I could easily show you how to take this cup, 3 parts, bang. Many of these cups have ratios on the sides, so or proportions. So all right, I want 3 parts of this, or 1 part of this, 1 part of this, 1 part of this, and go from there. What I'm going to do is a little bit different. I want to explore. I've already mixed up that recipe here. So I've got that. I'm going to put down a sample board. And I mixed up probably more than I'll ever need, but, well, not ever, but for this demo, for sure. What I want to do now is get rid of the polyurethane from the conversation for a second. And I want to talk about mixing up some type of a varnish for doing this. So pure varnishes are slightly more durable, and sometimes if it's for an exterior application, a spar varnish for example, it has UV inhibitors and it will protect the wood in a different way. So same recipe would exist, so a third, one of these. But what I want to do is I want to build up the durability just a little bit. I want to tweak this recipe a touch. And so by doing so, it creates a bit of an issue because these cups are trickier to navigate through. So instead of using a cup for measurement, what I'm going to be doing is using a scale to dole out exactly what it is I'm after. And just a quick word on varnishes here. So I've got high gloss varnish here, and I mix this thing up off camera, and you can kind of see it has an even consistency here coming off of this stir stick pretty consistently. This one is a semi-gloss, and both of these have not been used in a while, but you'll notice with this I'm getting caught up in some of the flattening agents here on the bottom, and it's going to take some work to really reactivate all this stuff and get it usable. And that's pretty typical of things, the flatter the sheen. So typically all finishes come out as a gloss. Well, I should say solvent-based finishes. So varnish, high gloss is how they come. And then if you wanted to scale it back to a semi-gloss or a satin, you need to add flattening agents. And that's what is settling here in the bottom. So I'll need to work on this one a little bit more. Having said that, I'm going to work on this one here, and I'll reposition the camera and kind of show you the digital scale, but I'm shooting for 40% varnish, and then 30%, and that should, if I've done my math correctly, that should give me 100% of the ratio. And let me reposition here and we'll get to it. Thanks everyone.